Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I'm now convinced that JT Podcast himself is obsessed with the Deemwango and Rocio, and it's on a trajectory of defaming them and vilifying them of things that never happened. Because what the exudations of JT Podcast itself, it's a shocker that JT Podcast could try and come up with a narrative that it's unmanageable. Things that if you listen, therefore, you could say that even that little kid back at home can do well. We all understand the Deemwango's vlog, the Deemwango vlogs and the boyfriend, and Rocabrera, the Rocio, kind of a vlog, lifestyle, and they will literally show you anything. Said that if they happen never to show you anything, which means that thing maybe happened behind the scene, or they never wanted people to see. But now, JT is behaving like a kind of somebody who wants to lift a facade. And the facade that is trying to lift it is empty, there's nothing in it. It's something that either Rocio or Deemwango never wanted you to see. Therefore, there is something that JT is trying to expose, but there is nothing to be exposed. Lifting that facade itself, there's nothing in that facade, very empty. And therefore, what I wanted to say is like, this is just defamatory of all its kind at its best. Now guys, in this video, we are going to focus on what JT's vilification geared towards Deemwango and the boyfriend and Rocio. And we'll have to ask ourselves the question, why must JT also find this kind of morbid jealousness towards these people? Because it's not making sense. It's not making sense. They destine themselves to be ever reacting on things that they see on this camera, yet they never saw it. Why react on them? Well, you can ask a question, but going to this end critically shows that it is out of contempt and it is out of hatredness. Not entertainment anymore, not informative anymore, but there is an objective that these people have drawn the line to achieve, and that ever objective that have been opining over here is to the detrimental of these people. And money itself is also as a factor. They are reacting just because there is content to be put about there. There are people that will come and feed on their contemptuous kind of a stale reaction that are never humanly in nature, but to despite, to hate, to vilify, to demean, selfishly. This is what we call the conspiracy theory, and they're making money of it. So guys, in this video today, we are going to reveal the reasons why there wasn't an expose at the end. That it was just mainly jealousness, and more of kind of such vexations are just meant for vilification. So if you're coming across this video for the very first time, and this channel for the very first time, kindly click on the notification bell so that whenever I put a video, YouTube shall notify you. You can also subscribe to my loyal subscriber and my loyal channel members and my loyal watcher and even the silent watcher. Kindly tune here because more is going to be unraveled at the progression stages of this video. So let's dive in after. Ladies and gentlemen, Deemwango and the boyfriend were at home. They showed us everything. How the family also bonded together. This itself made the naysayers come into this YouTube street to start vilifying them of things they are not, on things that they think happened and it never happened. This begs the question, what really happened with ethical kind of reaction? The reasons why I want to tell you that it is not reaction anymore, it's because of people have already wear the brands of defaming And there is continued onslaught of defaming one particular family. More so, here is Deemwango and the boyfriend. Now they are bringing the Rocio part of it. Remember, my last vlog 2 days ago, I tried and letting you know that these people tried to paint Rocio's names plus calling Rocio a parasite. These people tried to paint Rocio a very bad picture that Rocio is the one making Marwa to come with some kind of measures, rough measures, to prevent people and Amara friends never to come back at home. And my question, what's the problem with that? Because that's now Rocio's home. To a point that now they're calling Rocio a baby mama to Amara, which means they don't consider, because to their own imagination, they wanted Rocio to separate with Amara, things that never happened. So they will have to paint Rocio's name so that Rocio will feel bad. Even at a point when Rocio and Amara will get down to a serious business of marriage legally and do that wedding, they will still call Rocio names. And that's where I draw my conclusion that this kind of reaction itself, it's out of contempt and it's out of demeaning and vilifications that are never making sense. Deemwango was at home for a period of 4 to 5 days or so. The visitation itself came to an end, and these people decided to take a French leave back to the city where they could get their free space of doing their own things in their privacy mode. Now, the naysayers, especially JT, has come out with a kind of a state story telling us that it could be, leave alone it could be, certainly that Rocio chased Deemwango and the boyfriend out of Amara's villa. You know, it is laughable and it's a sign of disrespect, even at this moment of level. You know, JT has gone ahead of even giving us reasons why Rocio could have chased these people because of particular kind of reason that I never want to say here, because I want you to hear from him. Then from that alone, I will come and put everything into perspective, because it's a shocker. I couldn't have believed that JT could come. But I know, if at one point they decided to descend on my manhood, then it tells you these people, they will never stop, but they will continue with their own onslaught of vilification. They will even descend lower to the belt, because that's the food that they know best. They partake. Therefore, it was not shocking. Perhaps let's listen to JT at this moment.
Deemwango live in that manner. You know, I've been asking myself, where is Deemwango? Could she be at home while all those shenanigans were going on, and she didn't show up? And I'm like, okay, maybe because there were parasites. I mean, I'm talking about villagers, village children, and all those people that Sensor invited to his farm, to his home. And you know, as Demon going to say, like she don't wanna intermingle or mix with those villagers. Maybe she took her space. But today, on her video that she posted some minutes ago, or maybe an hour, I realized that she ran from the village while everything was cooking up. You know, now I'm asking myself what really went down. Could it be like Roro was showing her attitude? Could it be like, you know, that competition that's been going on that, you know, Roro and Peter Muzungu, they were kind of trying to fight for that attention, that supremacy.
So this one is sick, because I haven't seen. Let me tell you, ask you, if Deemwango decides to leave, he owes us no explanation, because Deemwango will ever leave and will ever go wherever she wants to go. If she decided to leave, therefore, it is out of this world for JT to come and tell us the reasons why Deemwango left the village. It is not up to JT's that you have to be notified whether Congress Mom was around when Deemwango was leaving. Then you are talking of attention that perhaps Deemwango and the Peter Mzungu, that's the Deemwango's boyfriend, I don't know where they have come with that name from. They were competing with attention with Rocio, or Rocio was such an attitudinal towards them. Something that I'm questioning. Where have JT gotten all this kind of still information? I know, so reprobative of them, and that is how they come and wank lyricals and wax lyricals over here that are never making sense. Ever waxing lyricals that are so empty that never making sense. So it tells you that it's coming up with a narrative that are never making sense, that is thinking. I watched the Deemwango vlog yesterday. I was present. What was there that Deemwango explained that he escaped from home because of other shenanigans? Nothing. In fact, Deemwango even said they come to the city to finish other kind of business. So anything that JT and they say want to think are just for content and for just for drama, for their own consumers, because their consumers are also known of consuming such kind of illicit kind of reaction going forward. You know, it's never making sense. Perhaps let's listen and get what JT really meant.
Peter Muzungu, they were kind of trying to fight for that attention, that supremacy. Who's the real Muzungu in the village? You know, who is going to run the village? You know, previously when Roro was here, like the one and only Kamuzungu in the village, you know, she was like a queen. You know, everyone would come out and be like, oh, Rocabrera, Ro here, Ro music, Ro whatever. So it's like she used to get a lot of attention, you know. So I understand if that is the thing, this time around it hasn't been like so.
Replace social media with the.
So, you know, is continued to speaking of attention, which as of now I'm still telling you.
Book summaries.
And here's the thing. It's so
Which kind of attention?
And you know,
Which kind of attention? It's out of this world. Which kind of attention these people are looking for? If it's the issue of blog, these people had their own time to do vlogging. Which kind of attention? You know, sometimes I wonder, because, you know, I wonder what other people consumes in this
now,
street.
adding on that, at this time she came with something else that now she expects and made people would be like, okay, Rocio is here, Rocio, you know, that attention, that recognition. But it didn't happen like that. So it's like maybe the Muzungu and Roro, I'm talking about Peter, because Rocio thinks she's a Muzungu too. By the way, a lot of people have been telling me, no, stop calling Rocio Muzungu because she's not. I'm like, what is she? Because, you know, that Muzungu term, it's a popular Swahili term, meaning any person that is not black. I'm talking about any person that is not African. So could it be like you're Chinese? Could it be like you're Asian, you're European, you're whoever? You're a Muzungu. So forgive me, guys, when I say that Rocio is a Muzungu. That is how it is. That's how we see this. Everyone who's not African, that's Muzungu, you know.
So that one, JT is doing it out of hate and out of spite, because they were never imagining that Amaro could get married to a Muzungu, any white lady over there. Now it's coming to justify that Rocio is not a Muzungu, because it was out of hate, because Menesias, most of the ladies who were like thriving for Amarwa, and Amaro never got their attention. They were livid when Amara decided to marry a white woman. Something that they never wanted, because they thought that space was left for them. Now, it is the quest that JT is maintaining, the kind of a narrative that the subscribers want him to maintain. Because calling Rocio a Muzungu itself, it is like getting into the nerves of their core jealous and devilish and evilish kind of subscribers who are bankrolling them, by the way, because you call them, you call Rocio Muzungu, it's like giving Rocio some kind of superpower, kind of a being, you know, and with these people, they've already painted Rocio a name, and they want to derail Rocio, and they never want Rocio to be referred as a Muzungu, surely. The word Muzungu itself, which means somebody from European, anybody from European nation, people used to refer them, I'm a European, which means I'm a Mzungu. And more so, if you are white melanated, therefore you'll be referred as a European. I'm a European, I'm a Mzungu. Simply. You know, that is what we know, and that's what also we are taught. But people from Chinese, people from of Asian origin, they are never called Mzungus. These people are called Caucasians or Asians. So avoid JT with all its stale information that is giving you over here, because that's a fact checked. I just have to let you know. So where is among the league of Russia is coming from? Are you there? So it fits that bill of being in the European League, and that is it. So when Russia is being called a Mzungu, the lazy gang and naysayers wants to fart. You can fart as the way you want. You can fart as loud as you want.
Even Indians, you can imagine that. Even Indians, but now Wahindi, we call them Wahindi. But now that supremacy competition, who's gonna receive more attention from the villagers? Today I saw her video when she was doing her introduction. It was like voiceover. She decided to do a different kind of content. But it's good to switch sometimes. Today she was recording the video that we call B-rolls. Now after recording some B-rolls, she combined and put down. She was narrating a story like a narrator now, right? Like a storyteller, but now she was narrating her story, her life journey. So she was narrating like a narrator, let's say. That's a good different content. Anyway, so she was narrating that how she overcame depression, how she was so much depressed. I'm like, oh.
It is not the first time Russia has done that, and Deemwango has done that. If you've been keen watching Russia video and Deemwango video, they've done such kind of a backover and a voiceover kind of a video, the one that we call B-rolls videos. Very common. So there is nothing, when they do it, it becomes a problem. It is never a problem. It's only that you people, you're so jealous. Even if these people will go to the washroom and poop, you'll be having problems. And that is the level of hatredness, how these people have digressed. Anything, it's quite bad.
So you're watching reactors, you know exactly. The other day, I was, she was bitching around the bush and saying, I'm trying to get myself something I can do. Skyscrapers and beautiful views and people are busy. How did this happen? It's like you're living in a different world. How did you get to even to know this person? So it doesn't really matter where is that person, where was that person, who is there, who's him, who's her. For example, when Censo met Lucio in Mexico, she was singing. Now they moved. Have to go. Anyway, see you guys in the house. Thank you for checking in. Angela, I see you. Passion Queen, I see you. Cola, I see you. Who's this? And he was already stuck. He couldn't get out. And where is this place? I mean, bro, it was a mess, I know. Deemwango came with someone. I don't know where they found. I don't know where they met. They come with the same person in the village. Now the two were kind of competing for, attention. Attention. Sure. Tell them, get out. I'm sick. I guess that sickness she was complaining about and depressed is because of these people. Now they moved. Have to go. Anyway, see you guys in the house. Thank you for checking in. Angela, I see you. Passion Queen, I see you. Call us. Then.
So that is JT for you. Negative outburst, things that are not making sense.
And so maybe she started
Listen to him.
giving them attitude. And so Deemwango have her own attitude. And Roro was uncomfortable with that manner. So
Comfortable for what?
Messy there. And now Deemwango was like, no, we need to get out of here. There was a big party coming up and stuff going on there. And that was like, okay.
So JT is speaking of that. Rocio was showing attitude. Which attitude? You ain't there. Which attitude? He's saying that because of big party, Deemwango decided to leave. And why are you now contradicting yourself that they were chased? You know, this is mixing words, so confused. You are bringing us to the state of paradox. You're confusing yourself, your content is confused, that are never making sense. That's why I'm telling you, reacting out of jealousness itself really leads us to this kind of a scenario. Never making sense at all.
B has a room in the village, I mean. Yeah, I know she has a room. I'm talking about one of the villas, one of the bedrooms over there. Yeah. I know the Deemwango's bedroom, I know Dante's bedroom, and I know Sensor's bedroom. But they're kind of closer because all of them are upstairs, right? All of them are upstairs. So basically, I know Rocio, as the queen of the villa, she wants her space. You know, she really wants her space. Waking up in the morning, opening up those biggest windows and looking out there and seeing how everything is happening. As she was saying, peeping to the to the neighbors to hear if they managed. I'm like, damn, Rocio. I mean, did you guys get that? I'll take you there right now. Did you guys hear that Rocio saying, peeping through the window to hear if the villagers or maybe the neighbors managed? Wow, is that the first thing you do to listen up? Did my neighbors manage to wake up?
What's the problem with that statement? That statement is so simple. You know, the first thing that you wake up, if not you pray, you will open your eyes. And when over there, you can also check the surrounding. Your neighbor could be somebody around surrounding you, immediate neighbor that you also help each other because you're in charge of everyone's security. So you get to know their whereabouts. You can open. Maybe it could be yesterday night when you were sleeping, your neighbor's homestead were burned, and you'll be the first person to raise an alarm. So stop spreading the verbiage kind of information, mister. I hope you understand now.
They all dead. Whatever. So while she was,
So this is JT, so
whatever.
verbiage.
So while she was, doing all that, waking up, and she wanna open all those big ass windows and see out there and see everything. And Deemwango's laughter is popping from the next room where probably maybe Mr. Small Potato.
So I want you to listen from that because this is why the defamatory it is. Because he's saying when Rocio stood up and went to the window and started checking on the neighbors, how neighbors are doing, so he decided like to get the sound from the bedroom where Deemwango and the boyfriend were. And maybe this is perhaps what made Rocio kind of jealous and decided to chase them out. You know, JT sometimes, when I talk of these people being reprobates, then it tells you. This is the channel that they once said that Amaro and Deemwango are knocking themselves, the Kavan. That's why sometimes, for the people who are supposed to be apprehended and be arraigned in court, the Kavan leads one of them because Kavan has got some serious allegation between Amaro and Deemwango. Now JT is coming up also with a certain allegation that Deemwango and the boyfriend were chased from the villa just because Rocio stood by the window and heard some serious sound. People knocking themselves in a nearby bedroom. And that one was Deemwango and the boyfriend. So heinous kind of allegation.
He's doing his thing. The tingo. He's doing his thing. And now Rocio is, hey, Maro, tell your sister I'm sick of this, okay? Sick of this, and she need to get out of here with her muzungu. Maybe that could be like the thing. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I'm just imagining, why did she left that early? That was pretty early. I don't know. I don't know. Let me see if I can hear that thing. If the villagers managed.
So guys, that is the level of negativity that you see these people will come up with a story and that story set will inform their reaction. And sometimes others are being created by their own subscribers. They go to their own subscriber post, they see the kind of a post the subscriber has alluded to, then they take that one to conform with their own narrative. And this is what JT is doing. So if you're not sure of this issue, why must you bring them up to this YouTube street? You didn't see them, because when you'll be asked, did you see actually what you're saying? No, I was just thinking. Therefore, with certainty, you decided to air the same verbiage and same information into this YouTube street. So this is how sometimes people are so innocently being vilified of the things that they are not. Yet other people sitting elsewhere want to believe this kind of nonsensical reaction from JT Podcast. What I know, Deemwango left the village just as always she comes, because the visitation itself was over, so they needed also to have their own privacy elsewhere. There are a number of things, because you never know what brought Mzungu, these boyfriends, to Kenya. A part of it to visit Deemwango, a part of it to reunite with Deemwango, a part of it also to know Deemwango's home, which he did it so well. So there was nothing that was left. So they decided to come back to the city to finish their business that is underwater, that Deemwango and themselves never want you guys to know. The fact that Deemwangos and the Amaras, as one time told people that it is raw and uncut, does not mean they will have to show explicitly everything. Others, they don't show you. You know? And this is what the lazy gang are yearning for. They want to guilt trip D so the D can come and outburst towards them. This time round, there's no outburst. This time round, nobody will talk to you. So if you want people who will direct talk to you, it's people like Zach. Because I will take you head on, I will demystify your false allegation and state you by fact. Huh? So you just have to stop. So guys, let me know your thought at the comment section. Until next time, this is